Hello there, my very good friends. On today's After News, we're going to talk some scrapped WWE World title plans for WrestleMania. We are going to talk about the real reason behind Cody Rhodes' promo of the year, ? I think so far, on Raw last night. From there, we will talk about the unlikely WWE star who wants a New Japan run, and then we're going to talk about some Instagram name change speculation, 2 + 2 = 5 stuff. Social media, it's all bollocks. I'm Andy.
I'm Michael Hamflet.
This is the After News. Let's kick things off by talking about some scrapped world title plans for WrestleMania. They're going to scrap the match, Roman Cody. It's not happening. It's not happening.
It's off.
It's off. Not doing it. Roman's taking the show off. He can't be asked. Only joking. What they've scrapped, WWE, according to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, are plans to create a new title belt, which would have been the case had Dwayne Johnson been available to work at WrestleMania. So Dave basically says that if The Rock was working one of these matches with Roman, they would have created a new belt on the Saturday, the first night of WrestleMania, and that new belt would probably have been won by Cody Rhodes. He notes that if it wasn't Cody, it would probably be Drew McIntyre or Seth the Chef Rollins coming away with the new belt, because WWE ultimately, at the end of all of this, wants to go back to having 2 world titles. Now that is something that has been reported a lot. At one point it was stated that the 2 television networks, USA and Fox, wanted a top title on each, which is very understandable. The Rock, of course, had long been rumoured with that WrestleMania match. It has not come to fruition thus far, and I think it's pretty safe to say that it's not going to happen this year. Instead, we're getting Cody versus Roman, one-on-one, for the undisputed WWE Universal Intergalactic Beastie Boys Check Your Head World Championship.
Yep.
There we go. New belts, old belts, Cody teasing winged eagles, beautiful big belts bouncing between bountiful, bloody Besselbanias. Help me.
I was worried you were finished there, but you got to the end of the line.
I'm always finished.
Yeah, belt stuff is popular amongst quite a large portion of the wrestling fan base, I think, isn't it? Me included. The Winged Eagle stuff was interesting. Cody Rhodes was talking about it enough that I think he was just cheekily hoping that WWE would do it anyway. If he mentioned it enough, they'd bring it back. The Rock, of course, there is belt law. The Rock unveiled the new WWE Championship in 2013 when he defeated CM Punk. He'd had the spinner for his 434-day run. So I guess that they like the idea of the most famous wrestler in the world being pictured with their new title. It's good press. It's a bit like the ones they send to the Super Bowl winners and the like, isn't it?
Cody was going to win the new one. Assumedly, if The Rock won or lost, Roman or him would have kept
then, fair enough. But Cody having that obviously makes sense about him wanting to hold the title his father never won, and here it is slung over his shoulder. But I can see why they want to have new designs as well. Yeah. Those WWE ones are feeling a little bit ancient, and Triple H apparently not as big a fan of the toyetic branding belts as he is goddamn Wrestling World Championships.
And branding is the part of the key thing of that, isn't it? It's the idea with the current belt designs with the gigantic logo is that when you send them, for example, to a hand egg NFL team, like you immediately see the branding rather than just like a cool belt where it's not immediately visible. So it's like the business reason, as always, is always really boring. And in the end, you want a cool design. I've grown used to the current designs over time personally, but I do understand why people pine for the older ones. I would prefer the older ones as well. But hey, it's neither here nor there because they're not making a new one yet. You imagine maybe they will sometime. Right. Promo of the year, maybe, sort of. Cody and Paul Heyman last night, it was really great. Do you want to know why it happened? Sami Zayn is why it happened. And basically, according to Dave on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE were aware that Sami Zayn's really hot right now. He's really popular, and they do not want to see their WrestleMania main event program feel secondary to what's currently going on with Sami. Hence, last night, they came out with this wonderful, wonderful angle, promo, whatever, with Cody Rhodes flipping the script, screwing Paul Heyman all the way up on Raw. So this was immediately, extremely well received, universally acclaimed across the board. I haven't seen one person sit there and go, you know what, this wasn't very good. Because if they did that, they would be subjectively wrong. That's kind of why it happened. WWE is very aware that Sami is extremely over. He's got the title match at Elimination Chamber, which is next week, and then Cody obviously has the one at WrestleMania. There you go. What do you reckon?
I'm going to blow people's minds here. Do you know what I think the real story was here? Booking. Cody's tip fell off last May. But he was always destined to win this Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Even if he'd not stayed completely fit, it was like, Cody 1 year ago says, I'm going to live my dad's dream and win the Royal Rumble. Like, I'm going to go at WrestleMania and win the title. That was always on the cards. While his tit was recovering from falling off, Sami Zayn and the Bloodline got hugely over. I don't think, and like rarely would I say this, I don't think Triple H is getting enough credit for assuming these events would occur. Like, he's not stupid. Like, he's been a terrible world champion, so he doesn't want to book another one himself, right? He would have known that when Cody was coming back, it was at the same time as this awesome angle was taking place. He was the one that knew what the Royal Rumble was going to play out like before the rest of us did. So I just don't think he's getting enough credit for thinking things through. I genuinely feel like by November, he would have been plotting these things at the same time.
You telling me that Papa Peach isn't finished?
I don't think he is.
He's not finished.
I mean, despite what we've seen in like old Black and Gold Pen XT, I think there's still...
We'll see what happens when we get to Pestlepania Purty Pine, I guess.
Still fighting the old grizzled Kermit face yet.
Think of all the times in WWE history when they've not, recent WWE history, where they've not had one top baby face, let alone two. I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Maybe plan some stuff.
Maybe booking stuff is a good idea. Maybe it works. What a concept!
Get big into it.
Right, what unlikely WWE star would like to try their hand at a match in New Japan Pro Wrestling?
I don't know.
Dana Brooke!
Wait.
Dana Brooke. She's up for it. She said as much during an interview with Wrestling Inc.'s Nick Hausman. I'll just read Dana's quote about this when she was asked about, wrestling a New Japan match, trying it out, basically. Yeah, it's amazing because I do work with quite a few girls that have that experience as well in the WWE ring. Bunch of people in WWE have wrestled in Japan. And it always feels like they push me to my limits. They elevate me, they bring out what's best in me. But WWE is always home. I feel like it's always home. So given that opportunity, I would have to talk it over and we would go from there. So, interesting. To think of potential WWE New Japan crossovers, the closest thing we've had really since decades was Carl Anderson showing up at Wrestle Kingdom this year. He had to defend, the situation with that. It turned into a big old work. It was fun. I quite enjoyed it. He lost his Never Openweight Championship to Tama Tonga, friend of the channel, of course, at Wrestle Kingdom. That has led to people going, hey, what if they did more of this stuff or whatever. Recent years as well, New Japan has added women's wrestling to its shows, which it didn't have for the longest time. That has been primarily through the working relationship with Stardom, the leading Joshi group, with whom they share a parent company, Bushiroad. This was expanded in 2022. We now have the IWGP Women's Championship, defended at Wrestle Kingdom by Kairi against the criminally underrated Tam Nakano. That belt will be defended against Mercedes Moné. A Battle in the Valley next week, New Japan show in the US. So it's clearly something that New Japan are expanding into. Don't know if this WWE thing is ever going to happen again, but Dana's up for it. She's a really hard worker. Maybe she deserves that spot.
Yeah, didn't imagine it would be Dana Brooke's gymnastic flip kicking open the Forbidden Door next, but why not? It's 9 years, I think, in the WWE system for Dana Brooke, having not wrestled before that. So
debuted in September 2014.
Yeah, like a lifer, and it's understandable. I think that if you're working with people that have had more of a breadth of experience and have got more scope of what wrestling could possibly look like, when you've done the same thing that long, why would you not suddenly wish to explore your options without theoretically being able to do it? Why not put it out there that you want to?
Yeah.
Like, there are exceptions made all the time for one-off cases. I'm not saying Dana Brooke is going to be one, but why not, I suppose, manifest, as the kids would say. She's kind of shooting a shot here a little bit, isn't she? If she has the opportunity to do it and she's put her head above the rest to want to, maybe she can do it.
Why the hell not? I always feel like Dana, she works extremely hard and she comes across as an extremely likable person.
She works her absolute arse off.
She works to do charity work, wrestling work, all of that stuff. She's a good ambassador for the company. Yeah. She comes across as very likable. And really in recent years, all she's really had to show for that is the 24/7 title run where they tried to make it a real belt. So hey, it'd be cool if they brew her a bone. If something like this can ever happen, I'm certainly dubious of the prospects of further collaboration, which history tells us doesn't always work out well when you're in Stamford. Anyway, Instagram crap. You want to know some rubbish?
Please.
Speculation abound as to why
away from
this has happened. This is the kind of thing that just people nibble on like little fish, including myself. I love this kind of crap. Yeah. Right, Naomi's changed her Instagram bio to say Just Trinity. What's happening there, guys? What's going on? In reality, probably nothing. However, do you think that there's anything to be looked into when it comes to Trinity Fatu doing that and saying, hey, just call me Trinity now? Or is this a sign that she's... Why did I put this in the video? I don't know. I thought you might be interested in it. Are you interested in it?
No. However, What I will say is this is one of them stories right now that is nothing until it's everything, isn't it? If down the line Trinity Fatu permanently parts ways with WWE, we'll be able to look back on that day in February when she kind of confirmed it before she could legally confirm anything or whatever, or wanted to keep her next move hidden. It does stand for something then. Right now, yes, it feels a little bit like a lot of people getting excited over not a lot.
Yeah.
But we've seen wrestlers pepper their social media with clues like this before. It is a new way for them to rebrand themselves, to market themselves, to make themselves potentially available. What if this is just to open the door to a few conversations that can be had rather than it being anything confirmed one way or another? We don't know as well whether wrestling is in her immediate plans. She's like, looked down other avenues since leaving last May with Sasha Banks and Mercedes Moné. So maybe the return to wrestling isn't on the cards at all, and this is just a part of that. Nothing till it's something, but I can't say that I'm not interested in what that something is.
Yeah.
I'll keep watching for that, if not this specific detail.
I would just like to see her back somewhere. I think she's a really fun performer in WWE, somewhere else. I don't mind where she goes. I would just like to, like Mercedes before her, just like to see her back.
Every big premium live event / pay-per-view now comes with the rumour of Naomi being part of it. I think that speaks to how many people are watching very keenly to see what the next move is.
Definitely. And fully support the walkout and all that stuff. I saw a lot when her and then Sasha walked out. You saw a lot of people going, "Oh, they're unprofessional." I don't care about it. I don't work there. Why do I care if they're being unprofessional?
Independent contractors and all.
Yeah, who gives a damn? Exactly, they're independent contractors. They're not full-time employees. I would just like to see her. If her and WWE can mend fences, cool. She suits that environment. If not, why the hell not go over to Stardom and do a tour? Yeah. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? That'd be cool.
Take Dana Brooks' information with her. Try and get her some dates over there as the build-up to New Japan.
Boom! Why the hell not?
Done it.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Synergy.
Good, Max Caster. Remember that line? Corporate synergy.
Yeah.
He's a man. We are men too. All right.
Just normal men.
Yeah, innocent men. I love that little badger. Yeah. He's awesome. Thank you for joining us on this after news video. You can follow us on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
You can follow me at Andy H Murray. The H stands for Hoop 14 Robo Hoop. Peace.